Okay, so today we're in Weston, West Virginia, and to say that this is in the heart of West Virginia is an understatement. Literally a couple wrong turns and everything to get a gravel road, but it is beautiful landscape. And today is a little different because today we're at Manncave Distillery. So technically still a brewery, but today we're going to be doing whiskey, gin, moonshine, and I'm pretty excited. So let's go in and see what they have to offer. Okay, so we're here with the owner, Stephen Mann. And so that's where the Manncave came from, I guess,
yeah,
right?
That's my last name, and caves where the water would come from.
Yeah, I saw that. So you actually use the water caves, right?
Yes, there's actually they're coal mines that they hit water in the back of the mine.
Which is probably why this is like in the middle of nowhere. Like,
yes.
That's awesome.
Is kind of the reason for the water being, the water's out here, it's hard to move water.
They always say you gotta have good beer, it comes from great water. So same thing with whiskey and all that. So how did you get into this? Like a family thing, or did you just like?
No, had nothing to do with my family. It was more of, I just liked Scotch, and I used to get Macallan Allagacha and couldn't get it any more duty free. So I said, looked at it, I was like, well, how hard could this be? So
Supply and demand. You can't get it, I'll just make it.
Pretty much, and I ended up making something better than the Macallan Allagacha. I still got at least a case or two. No, I got probably 3 cases of it.
Nice.
And I stopped drinking it because my stuff's better.
So that's a rainy day thing, or holiday.
No, it's more of an investment because it's about $800, $900 a bottle right now, and I'll eventually sell it.
Yeah, there you go. That's a retirement thing.
Yeah, it was 1991. I don't think you can even buy it in the market anywhere right now. So in 10 years, when I get around to it, I'll put them up on and sell them on consignment.
So what did you start making first?
Commercially or at home?
At home. What did you start
The first thing I was making was moonshine to make into whiskey. And I was using, what, 1 gallon, 5 gallon barrel? You're laughing at me over there.
Daughter is off camera right now.
Yeah. So
you just decided, let's just take this on the road, let's
no,
open
actually,
it.
I made a 10 gallon barrel, wasn't it?
We started with the 1s because Mom bought it for you for Christmas, and then you graduated to the 5s, and we stuck with the 5s until the 110.
Yeah, and the 10 gallon barrel, and that was the one that was the Hail Mary. It was recipe 15.
10 was recipe 15, yes.
Yeah.
Why don't you just jump over here?
Come on, Kelly. Come on, get over here. Get over here.
It's funny, a lot of breweries and stuff work with that. You know, they'll start with like a at-home beer thing or whatever, and then people just fall in love with it and they just make it. This is the voice.
Hi.
So
awesome. She's primarily been a lot of my taster.
As we see, she was like Dr. Mad Scientist out here mixing up on your cocktails.
Yes.
Recipe holder, taster, and mixologist.
I'm going to use the mixologist, it's a fancy title, I like it.
The whiskey's pretty much all me, but some of the other stuff is a combination.
So you do whiskey, moonshine, gin, right?
Vodka, cinnamon moonshine, and black raspberry vodka.
Ooh.
Yes, it is just that good.
Yeah. See,
you haven't tried them yet?
Yeah, I haven't tried it. See,
when you do, you're...
See, part of the show is usually the owner and me the whole time are supposed to be drinking, and usually it's beer, so you haven't. I'm like, there's no way we would do that while we're doing that, but we wouldn't be doing anything for the review part of this, so I'm excited.
I think you'd be surprised.
I see you have barrels here too.
Yes,
so.
those are actually full.
Nice.
You can pan over if you'd like.
Get a good shot of the barrels. How long do you let them set?
Right now we have, the oldest ones we have are about 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
And we have not pulled anything in the last 4 months, 3 months.
We haven't pulled anything since we finished the 5 gallon barrels.
Ooh, so
and
we were doing everything in 5 gallon barrels, which is a faster process. Costs a lot more because the barrel costs the same amount as the large barrels. But it does age 4 times faster.
Oh wow.
So we were able to get our whiskey out in a year versus 2 years because of the 5 gallon barrels.
Way better with making money. So.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that people wanted to have was the whiskey. Even though the moonshine in this area has been doing extremely well.
So moonshine's probably the best seller.
Whiskey's the best
still
seller.
our best seller. Moonshine's the second up.
Second or third.
Second
Cinnamon,
or
I think,
third.
is second right now.
People love
Everything
cinnamon.
else follows.
Yeah.
Everything else. Whatever, depending on the day, right?
Yeah.
It's not much difference in sale between them, but there's a little bit.
And you opened up in 2018.
And December
December.
2018, so 15th of December we opened up, we made it through Christmas, and then like within a year COVID hit.
Yeah.
And just
This
about
is the
killed
second
us.
one I've recorded without a mask, and I love it. So it's good. Like, yeah, COVID wasn't fun.
Yeah, COVID hurt a lot. It
I figured-
actually set us back a year.
Yeah.
Typically 2 years, 2.5 years, we got a much larger customer base than we do now because we just haven't been around long enough.
Yeah.
And people were indoors and they didn't get chances to try it. So
Now they're just ready to drink, so they're probably doing pretty well now. Good
yeah.
rebound.
But we're getting our name out there with the international awards we've gotten. We've won at the San Diego Spirits Festival,
Oh, wow.
which is 2 awards
In
in
2019.
2019, and then we have 2020. We won the John Barleycorn Awards with all 4 products
Whoa.
at the time, which is all we had. And we got a
Everything
gold
with
on our vodka.
Yeah, that was
and 3
everything with
silvers.
the black raspberry vodka and the cinnamon moonshine.
And the cinnamon moonshine were introduced after that. And then we entered all of them, all 6 products, into the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. We have a double gold on our cinnamon moonshine for the first competition that's ever been entered into.
Wow.
That one right there blew us away because that's the highest medal we can get and the highest competition we can get into.
And it was the newest one.
And it's the
Wow.
newest thing we had.
I think you're doing something right there. That kind of sets the bar high for now.
It
Because
does,
I'm You're
I'm
like,
telling
oh,
you.
man. Like, what are you gonna do, little guy?
And then we got 3 silvers and 2 bronze. I was hoping for a gold on our whiskey. I think we were pretty close to it, but
I'm excited to see what's saying honey and vanilla
yeah,
out there, and
it
I'm
is
like,
very
man,
good.
you know, I love whiskey, I love honey, I love vanilla. So.
What I should have entered is a cask strength whiskey into that competition. I'm pretty sure I probably would have got your double gold.
Next year.
Yeah, well, next year I plan on getting at least a gold or a double gold.
There you go. You got
That's
a
my
hand on it.
goal.
I told him he has to keep re-entering the same competition the next couple of years because they have a platinum award, which is if you get a double gold 3 years consecutively, you get a
So
platinum.
that's like the
And I
high
was like,
goal.
look,
That's
we have
the
a
highest
goal
level,
now.
right?
We have the cinnamon moonshine. We have a goal now. We have places to go.
Right. Nowhere but up. Nowhere but up.
But you know, we've been solicited to enter several competitions since then, but we haven't even gotten our awards here yet.
Really?
From this year's competition. They're not shipping them out until next month.
Yeah, you gotta do like the tap room
Okay.
or
So
something.
So
to put it up.
that's how new these awards are. I mean, we don't even have the medals yet.
The really funny way this happened was in May, they announced the results publicly, they updated their website, everything went live, right? And we emailed them, we were like, hey, when are we gonna get the awards? And whoever was emailing us at the time told us July. They told us they were shipping them out beginning of July. We Instagram messaged them a couple of days ago, and we were like, hey, someone told us July, what's going on? And they're like, so about that, August.
Oh wow.
So we,
And they blame COVID. So
yeah, so.
And August was like, so how do you like Christmas?
These had better be some really pretty, well done, amazing medals, or I'm going to be so disappointed in everything.
So tell us about your beautiful equipment back here.
yeah, the still it was all custom made in Idaho. The company that made it actually is out of business at this point because we put them out of business. That's beside the point. It's all pretty much copper on the surfaces that the steam hits. The stainless steel on the bottom is steam heated. The still has the capability of doing 21 distillations at a time. So if I run through here and then through the 2 big columns there, that's 21 distillations. So
Was this your setup from the start when you started?
It is, yes.
Absolutely. We have pictures of this being the only thing in this room. Like,
it's kind of crazy.
if you look really far back on our photos, like there are photos of this all being put in, and we don't have any of the stuff along the back wall. We have none of the machinery hooked up. This is all we have.
You have a great space here. I mean, plenty of room and stuff. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, the space was actually designed for it. These columns were actually supposed to go within 2 feet of the ceiling, but they modified the design and didn't tell me.
We got shortchanged just a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a teensy.
But, you know, we make do with what we got.
Yeah. I think you just want more barrels up there.
But we like the height of the building. We like the, being able to move around in here. So.
So it's an all family thing. So you got your daughter, you got your son. I saw like a little daughter running around.
Yeah,
She's staring us
14-year-old.
down.
Oh yeah, she's off camera too. Nice. Is the wife involved too?
Yep.
Yeah.
She's actually, I think she's probably working at the house.
She's either working or prepping dinner. I
Yeah,
don't know.
one of the two.
Awesome. It's good to have the family thing. Hopefully one day, they can take it over.
At some point.
Right? This one will be making it since she's the.
Well, they were involved from the start, digging the trenches for the water.
You might want to clarify that one a little bit, because coming out with digging a trench is just, it's a really good way to bowl someone over. Gotta explain that one.
How far is the actual water cave? That's a good question.
The water supply is about 1,500 feet that direction, and it's up on almost to the top of that mountain. Artesian springs.
So it kind of saw like a well out front over there.
Actually, that well over there is a wishing well. That's a well that's been there forever. We just built the top on it and put the bucket on it and everything. So we have a wishing well now out here on site.
And I think
it's
some
actual
of the water,
functional well.
the water from it gets fed into it by the runoff from our spring house. So
Not in that
some of it at least.
one.
Do
Not
you
bad.
know how much water this mountain produces?
This
It's all
mountain
the same
produces water everywhere.
source.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're using it for good. And I saw with the hand sanitizer. Did you do that because of COVID, or just was that a thing before?
I'll let you tell them this one.
So, back in, God, this was March, we got sent home for spring break from college, right? So everything's fine and dandy. We're all like, spring break, we're gonna be here for a week, everything's gonna be fine. And then it wasn't. March 10th, the announcement came that COVID was a problem. People were extending spring break, you had another week, and so we're up here doing stuff, right? After a little while, they keep extending it, and then they announce we're not going back in person. So we have to go pick up the kids' stuff from college. So my brother and I have to go get our belongings and stuff. So he loads us in the car, and it's, I think, April 6th, I want to say, that we drove down, and we drove to my brother's college first, and then mine to go pick up our stuff. And it's like a 16-hour drive. And the whole time, his phone non-stop ringing. Every single time he picks up the phone, he talks to someone, they ask him to make hand sanitizer. And my brother and I are sitting there in the passenger seat, the back seat respectively, completely silent this whole time as we have 30 calls back to back of
More
people
than 30,
asking
it was
him
more
to
like-
make hand
More like
sanitizer.
130. But it didn't stop ringing the whole day.
Wow.
And by the end of it, he was like, all right, fine.
It's like, okay, I'll make hand sanitizer.
Did you do well with making it? Did you sell good?
The first order was 3,000 bottles.
We
Wow.
started producing on April 15th.
Helped you
and
stay
we were doing all
open
that
and stuff
stuff.
while COVID.
It actually did help us stay afloat. Without the hand sanitizer, I don't think we would have survived.
That's awesome.
Absolutely not.
But the time we were bottling and packaging everything by hand, mixing, bottling, and packaging by hand. Every label was put on the bottles by hand.
So shout out to those like 60 people that harassed you for like making hand sanitizer. You saved this place.
Yeah, well,
So long. My brother and I are sitting there juggling classes and running the tasting room and hand sanitizer at the same time, which was really, really entertaining, so fun. I did probably 700 to 800 of the bottles by myself one night, just sitting there until like 3 in the morning labeling.
it was late.
Wow.
And then the next morning, they were all gone because Power came in and picked them all up.
Wow. So you guys do bottling and everything here as well?
Yes,
Everything on
everything
site?
has to be bottled
Everything
here.
has to be done on
Nice.
site.
Now, is it in stores? Like, where do you distribute to?
We do sell to West Virginia Bailment, and West Virginia Bailment supplies all liquor stores in West Virginia.
Nice. So you're going to try to get your foot in the door with a different state eventually, since you're doing all these big
We
contests?
are, but right now it's been a little bit trying with trying to get things moving.
Yeah.
My big problem right now is I can't get bottles.
Ugh.
So
It's COVID still.
it's still a problem.
Yeah, it's still a
So
problem.
I have not tried to go into another state until I can get a shipment of bottles. And
Yeah.
the shipment of bottles, the earliest I'm looking at is September.
Just tell everyone, Breeze Mindy's back, we're clean on it.
Yeah, and it's not just us, it's everybody.
Yeah.
And also the supply of materials, the cost of materials has gone up 30%.
I saw there's like a jar shortage too, so a lot of the moonshine, old school moonshine places are having trouble with
Anything.
jars, yeah.
I mean, anything is, I mean, corn has gone up from $6 for 50 pounds to $9 for 50 pounds. So you're talking about people are going to have a rude awakening real soon because there's no choice but the liquor prices are going to go up because the raw materials are going up 30% or more.
Wow.
Bottles are probably going up 50%. So instead of paying $15,000 for a shipment of bottles, it's going to cost me $25,000.
Wow.
So
You gotta put it in
that
there somewhere
price
to get
is,
some
that
back.
money's got to come from somewhere, and I don't have it. So that's not what people want to hear. I know that, and the liquor industry, we've been kind of absorbing a lot of this right now, but it's the whole industry's seeing it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure people are realizing it at the gas pump. It's going to hit everybody everywhere though.
Is there anything else that we haven't talked about that you guys want to go over? So let's not end on a sad, depressing.
Yeah, so the distillation process that we do is very extensive. We do, our minimum distillations is 16 distillations. Our vodka and gin do 37. We do not use charcoal filtering. We do not use artificial ingredients.
No coloring.
No coloring, no flavoring, no added
Nice.
sugar, none of that. Everything comes from the fruit and botanicals. So the cinnamon moonshine is just straight cinnamon.
Double burn, you know, cinnamon and moonshine.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. The smoothness of the liquor, which you haven't tried yet.
I'm dying. I'm ready to go to that tasting.
We take everything out that pretty much everything gives you a headache and a hangover. Our process is very stringent on how we do our second run, which is our cleaning run. We take out the bite, burn, the nasty aftertaste. All that stuff gives you a headache and a hangover. It stays in the still.
That's
and it
awesome.
leaves it where it's nice and smooth and sweet. And
We call that lighter fluid.
no, it's not
Right,
lighter, lighter fluid
Not
is
lighter
bad
fluid.
stuff.
Right.
It's not your typical moonshine. We are much smoother than pretty much everything else on the shelf.
That's awesome.
But we are a hell of a lot stronger than a lot of the stuff on the shelf too. We are doing 129 proof versus 100, which is a lot of the places do.
Go big or go home. That's what we got to do, you know.
Yeah, I think 128 is what somewhere around there that Old Smoky does down there in Tennessee.
I want to say 128. A lot of people have that 128.
Yeah.
129 is a weird number.
I did taste that Old Smoky in Tennessee. It's like you left kind of buzz, but you know it's not like moonshine. So this is West Virginia moonshine. I have high expectations.
This is true moonshine. I've been making moonshine since I was 17, so I have a bit of experience with it.
Awesome. Well, guys.
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
We can edit it out.
It's sanctioned. It's fine.
Right. Yeah.
It's
This
legal.
is
It's
true.
school
It
sanctioned.
was school sanctioned. I learned how to distill in high school in Lewis County.
See, what is with our school systems now? This is where we're failing.
Yeah. Let's
Did
put
you
our
learn how to
ass
make moonshine
back
in
to
high school?
I did not.
moonshining.
You have sucky teachers.
I did. I horrible teacher. You know what? They're like, what's the degree in this triangle? I don't care. Right? Well, there's nothing else, guys. I want to go do this testing.
All right, let's go.
Tasting away. Let's go try it. Okay, guys. Let's see what they got.
All right, so this is our vodka. It has a gold medal at John Barleycorn Awards. It has a bronze medal at the World Spirits Competition. San Francisco World Spirits Awards.
That is definitely really smooth. So you said, you know, no charcoal or anything. This is not like grabbing a bottle of Vladimir. None of the cheap stuff. This is like high shelf vodka.
Yep.
Like,
So, next up is our moonshine, 129 proof.
woo!
This one is very smooth. It actually kind of pops in your mouth. It's got 3 silver medals at 3 different competitions.
2 silver, 1 bronze.
That's
Is
moonshine.
that bronze? Yeah, I guess it is bronze. 2
That
silver,
nice, warm you up, you know, sick on a good day, burn all the way down. Oh man. Still, again, that was very smooth. It is different, like you said, yours, like, I get what you mean with the pop. You just get that, I want to say clean mouthfeel, you know, just like a little good explosion.
Okay, this is our gin. It's a black raspberry gin. It's got 6 botanicals in it.
Black raspberry.
Yes, black raspberry is one of the botanicals. We don't say black raspberry on the
That's what I was
label.
looking at. I was like, I know because the vodka says
It is one of the botanicals on the side. It's got lemon, orange, juniper, lemongrass. What was the dog complaining about?
People trying to pet her.
Coriander and black raspberry.
Wow.
So, if it was a Christmas tree, it would be a Charlie Brown Christmas tree with the juniper, because the juniper is very
You definitely
piney.
smell like all kind of like the fruits and stuff in it.
Yeah,
This is what happens.
it's balanced out too, so you can taste all of the botanicals.
Mm. I'm usually not a gin like person, but that one's just so flavorful.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a good mixture of it. I don't even know what I'm tasting. Something like it's coming.
So the citrus in there is well, you'll taste the citrus, and then that spice is the coriander.
Ah, no, it's got one
Yes.
that like at the end comes through.
Yeah,
It's
that's
really
the
good.
spice and the coriander.
And
Nice.
then you might end up with an aftertaste of black raspberries.
If you drink enough of it, you'll smell black raspberries in about 2 hours. And you'd be like, I smell black raspberries. Where are they at?
And if you didn't notice, this was the sun we were talking about. We were talking about how
yes.
dull
My
it is.
son Eric.
I'm the one over here making corrections.
He's the one that does tastings most of the time.
This is the.
This is our black raspberry vodka. Now this is one of our newer ones.
This is the one that won the
Nope.
No,
This
no.
is this one won a bronze with the
Moonshine one, the big one that came out, right?
this one here won the double gold.
We'll get there in a bit.
That's good.
Now that one goes great with sweet tea.
So that'd be a good one to mix anything because you
Yeah.
get the berries like right away with that. It's still like this is ridiculously smooth for vodka because you're used to that after
Well, that's the difference between the charcoal filtration and no charcoal filtration. If you distill it enough to get all the flavor and everything out of it to make it neutral, then you don't need to run through the charcoal filter. It basically just masks the flavors and the smells in it.
So charcoal is pretty much like the fast get it done.
It's
cheap
the
way
fast,
to do
cheap
it.
way to do it, and that's what about 90% of the distilleries do, is they run it through charcoal filtration, and that's why it kind of tastes dead.
Mm.
You notice that there's a little bit of sweetness
Yeah.
in that. That is the actual alcohol itself, because you can't taste alcohol, but you can taste anything that's in it. And if it tastes dead, that means there's something you're tasting in the alcohol.
Mm.
And if it tastes sweet, that means your body can't taste it. And the last thing tongue keys on is sweetness. So if you ever have moonshine and it tastes sweet, that's clean.
That's how you know.
That's also why really clean water tastes kind of sweet.
Yes.
See, here in West Virginia, we know how to make liquor.
Yes, we do.
I'm excited for this. I'm a big whiskey guy. So.
This is our whiskey. It's a honey vanilla whiskey.
You got the honey, smelling with it.
Again, you don't have to brace yourself for this one.
Mm. I think people that like the honey, what is it, like American honey.
That's
and
too
stuff,
sweet.
Yeah, would love this more because you don't get hit with all that
Sweetness.
sugar. Yeah, oh
This
man,
is
that's
a very
good.
subtle sweetness to it.
And it's not a
super
burn
sweet.
whiskey. Most whiskey has like there's no burn to that. I get the vanilla on the after.
Yep.
Man, it
So-
smells so good
So
too.
the goal of the honey and vanilla was to complement the whiskey, not to overpower it.
overpower it.
Right.
So these are some recipes that we have on the card in front of you.
Mm.
We give the recipes away free.
They're also on our website.
Did we not do the cinnamon one?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's last.
That's
Gotta
last.
be
Patience.
You know what you're doing. I'm just wait.
So this is our apple pie moonshine recipe.
Ooh. They even give you like ideas of what to do with it when you take it home.
We
So
give
that's
you the
awesome.
actual recipe. We let you sample here. So this is the apple pie recipe, the exact recipe.
That's about the strength of a wine.
That's dangerous. That tastes
And with all of our
delicious.
recipes, we go by the motto, if you can't make it while you're drunk, then there's no point.
That's good.
This is made with our moonshines, both of them. And
Which
this
one's
is
it called?
this is the pineapple.
I'm a pineapple freak, so I'm gonna like
Okay.
this before I even try it. Oh yeah, I would drink that daily.
Again, these two are made with our moonshines. This one's made with our vodka. Now, I haven't tried this with the black raspberry vodka. It's one of the things I want to try. But I have a feeling this would be really good with black raspberry vodka in addition to the regular vodka. But this is our Drunken Cave cherries made with our vodka.
Oh man, that's really good too.
And it doesn't have that medicine taste to it.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't taste like cough drops or anything. Love the pineapple over there, but all of those are delicious. This is the last
This is
one.
the cinnamon moonshine. This is the double gold. I mean, it's 38 judges out of 38 judges rated this a gold.
And that was the first when it first came, right? First time.
This is the first competition it was ever entered in. It was the largest in the world, and we won a double
The
gold.
gold on it, on too.
So
Has a lot of cinnamon.
Oh yeah. It's a slow burn. It's not like.
I have a lot of people that come in just for this one.
See why?
And again, these two are in the first two recipes you tried.
Mm-hmm.
The cinnamon or apple pie moonshine and peach, both of them have the cinnamon moonshine in it. We're actually going to hopefully have some those drink mixes. You saw us messing with the green one.
Mm-hmm.
We figured out that we can add some cinnamon to it and it really changes the
Just
flavor.
pops.
It just makes it pop.
Now, are you
So-
making the drink mixes yourself, or
No,
is
the
it
drink
a
mixes
partner?
are actually coming from a West Virginia vendor.
Nice.
So
teaming up, doing
he
a
and I are probably teaming up to do this. I'm going to have him probably pull out some of the coloring because I really don't like the coloring. So just to get the flavor and not the nasty food coloring that you have in some of the drinks because it's not necessary.
I like how you guys do fake additives like that. So
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's all natural. So yeah, everything was delicious. There's not one thing here I wouldn't drink. I'd probably go the whiskey, the cinnamon, the gin, which shocks the hell out of me because I'm not a gin guy, and then the black raspberry, and those two, either or. There's no last place here because they were all delicious. But wow, guys, well done. Was not expecting all of those to be smooth. I'm doing this like, oh man, this is gonna be like, I'm gonna do some whiskey
I know.
shots.
I
and
get
do
this.
some-
I get this all the time, actually, because my standards are pretty damn high.
Yeah.
We're looking at probably doing maybe a strawberry apple
Yes.
vodka and maybe a strawberry apple moonshine. We'll see. I tried the apple; it was just too light. It
Just
was
gotta
not enough flavor to
try
it.
it enough,
But I
yeah.
think it complement with the strawberries would really go good. And then I have a peach that I've been playing with, and I may mix that with a berry of some sort to bring flavor out
Like a
on
peach
that.
vodka.
Yeah, peach and
Peach
some kind of
whiskeys are
berry.
big now.
The problem is the peach doesn't really, if you take the natural peaches and you drop it in something, it doesn't really pop like you would expect it to. It's not like that when you add peach juice to something, you're adding, peaches and letting them soak in the alcohol, which the peach to alcohol is much different. But I'm definitely looking at a couple of different products we're, going to be bringing forward soon.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see what else you have, and nothing but great things. You guys are going to go places with this.
I hope so. If we can get the laws changed in West Virginia, we'll be good to go.
Great. We got beer stronger now, so you're seeing it little by little. So it
Yeah.
chiseled away. So guys, if you're in West Virginia, go to Weston, Manncave. You won't be let down. Thanks guys. Thanks so much.